Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Welcome to the show, child. Today's topic business owners. Y'all already know why we are here. Today's topic I thought I needed followers, but I tried this instead. So we're going to get into it. So if you're somebody like me where you're like, honey, send me the followers, okay? I don't care what you're talking about. I want to talk about some stuff that we're trying and growing the business while we're in this season, like some real stuff. Okay. So happy Monday. Welcome in. I see y'all watching on TikTok. Welcome in. Let us know what type of business you have down in the comments. And I am so ready for this week. I told myself, I was like, I got to lean in this week. I'm just going live on Facebook right quick. Okay. There we go. We in there. All right. Happy Monday. Let's get into it. I thought I needed followers, but I tried this instead. Okay. So are you in the season of your business where you're like, bruh, I need followers. I need people to see me. I need visibility, right? You're like, baby, if only the world could see me, I would be unstoppable. Okay. I'm not mad at that. But while we're walking towards that, I want to talk about some stuff that we could be doing inside of our business this week. Okay. Some stuff that we can start doing in our business this week. It's Monday. What can you do this week with what you have? So, what are you going to conquer this week in your business? Drop it down in the comments. What are you going to conquer this week in your business? Okay. And I've had so many seasons of my business, which I want the visibility. Don't get me wrong, child. Like, for real, we're going to chase that. But also, in the meantime, I'm like, well, how I blow the business up? Okay. So I kind of got three things that I want to go through here. And this is really going to be a conversation about those of us, and we're just going to call it what it is. Okay. This is going to be a conversation for those of us that don't want to go deep with the audience we currently have. We want 100 followers, but because we got 8, we don't care about them. We don't go deep with that 8. Hey, y'all, welcome in. Happy Monday. What's up, girl? Happy Monday. Welcome to the show, friend. For those of us that have a small audience, an audience that, to be honest, don't feel good enough for us. If we can just keep it 100, if we can just keep it 1,000, you know what I'm saying? We like, where my 10K, 20K, 50K, 100K. For those of us that have audiences that don't feel good enough, don't feel big enough, I want us to have a moment where we ask ourselves, have I really even given all to this audience that I could? Have I gone deep with this audience? Or am I just focused on getting more? You know, I've encountered this, right? And this is something even now in this season, I'm telling myself, I'm like, girl, if you could go deep, you know what I'm saying? That's the journey I've been on. Like, if you could go deep with the people that you do have, like, you could go crazy. So if we think about starting our week, right? If we think about starting our week inside of our business, I I ask myself, like, if I want my audience to be that connected to me, which of course it is a journey, right? Getting your audience that connected to you is a journey. Okay. But I'm like, if I want my audience to really show up for me, I have this idea of like, you have marketing that's like a front porch. Okay. So in your business this week, like, where are you in? Like, if we like you and we rock with you, what this week, what do you have for us to show up to? Like, where can we gather? You know, because sometimes we'll have people in our audience that's locked in and that's really watching us. But because it isn't extremely loud or it's not a whole bunch of people, we don't even give them a chance. So if you're in a season in your business where your audience doesn't feel big enough, good enough, like, are you giving or creating opportunity for the ones that are? I constantly hear people say, I want to get a new audience. I want to get in front of a better audience. The audience that you do have you gone through them, identified the good one, see where they friends at, where they referrals at? Like, what can you do this week while we're on the journey of blowing up? So if we like your business and we like your brand and we like what you about, where can we gather this week to connect? What's up, Judea? Judea says, hey, Deb, I'm locked in this week. I'm going to create content to schedule and post for the next week. I love it, girl. I sure did email you yesterday, and I was like, this week we are going to rock it out. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you conquer this week, Judea. I am not surprised that you are knocking it out the park, girl. For real. And it's a little bit of what we've been talking about this concept, and I get it. Going deep with the audience you do have and giving it a chance. What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So, what are you going to conquer this week inside your business? What's going to be your front porch this week? Okay. So, y'all know I love talking about this concept of showing up online. I get the post and hope era or season of entrepreneurship. I truly do. I love y'all. Y'all so funny. Rashana says big deal on the beat. Okay. So I get the post and hope era, right? Y'all almost made me lose my train of thought. But y'all know I say that I even had a season of my business where I'm like, I'm not going deep with my audience. Like, I feel like if people just, y'all know I talk about that big gap between like followers and community. And I feel like if people just kind of scrolling past and that's the only time they engage with you, that's kind of the equivalent of them just like walking past your house every day. Like they driving past, they walking past, like they honking a horn, like in a post, you know what I'm saying? They saying what's up, they making a comment. But when it's time to really connect with my business or for me to have deep sales and deep relationships and people show up for me, it's like there is a big gap. So now I feel like your community is the people that you have, and they come and sit in your backyard day in, day out. They are here. You wake up in the morning, you like, all right, now y'all good? Y'all need some blankets out here? Nah, I turned the heat on. Like you are their home for whatever your industry is. To me, that's community. And so when we talk about marketing and visibility and the thing that you do to put yourself out there, I call that your front porch. Like, what does your front porch look like to where the people driving by looking like and like, hey, like them my type of people over there. And then they come and they want to come sit in the backyard too. Like, so what is your front porch? What is your thing that you do for the people that are watching, lurking? They might like it. They be like, this business right here, T. But some of us don't have an invitation into more unless they buy some. I mean, which I guess. Rashana says, I schedule my content out this week. Yes, ma'am. I'm so here for it. Cheers to scheduling out the content for the week, girl. I love it. That's such a good thing to be able to check off your to-do list early in the week, for real, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Okay, so happy Monday. Let me reset our topic. Today's topic on the show is I thought I needed followers. I tried this and said. So we just talked about this idea of having a front porch, right? For the people that follow, they like, they be coming. What is the front, like, what is your way of saying, hey, come in deeper? And this is especially true of us for those of us who feel like we have a smaller audience than we deserve. If we could just keep it 100, we like, baby, why ain't been discovered yet? Okay, so what does that look like for you, friend? And then the second thing, now, this is something I was like, Deb, I don't know if you should be talking about this, but I was like, F it, I'm here. Forming your parasocial relationship. Oh my God. This topic feels a little bit taboo to talk about, but I want to talk about it because I'm gonna just have to be honest, okay? I think that I'm especially talking to the ladies like me who want to lead women, you want to coach women, you want to teach women, you want to educate women, you want to inspire women, and we want to lead women, yet we fear living out we fear um like going there. Like we fear I've seen and I've even experienced where you want to lead women, but in order to do that, like you have to go out front. You have to go out front boldly. You've probably got to live a little louder. You've probably got to take a few more things on the chin. You've probably got to show up and be misunderstood. Like you have to go first, especially for my girls who want to coach, lead, educate, and inspire other women. You have to go live out loud out front. If you want to lead people, period, you've got to go live out loud and you got to go live out front. You don't get the luxury of waiting to have it all figured out because you've been chosen to go display what's possible. And I think that, for me, even though I would have these really big dreams of being seen and discovered and backflipping on TV or whatever, child, there was still a deep fear of living out loud like that. And I feel like this is coming up, and I've said it a million times before. It comes up in very everyday ways when you say, I want to blow up, yet the idea of somebody seeing you through a live stream terrifies you. It is a huge disconnect. And you feel trapped between two really big truths. Sharnice says, good afternoon, y'all. What's up, friend? I was wondering where y'all was at now. I was wondering where y'all was at, child. Y'all know I'm here. I'm up. I got my Red Bull. We on TikTok. What's up, y'all? But it's all good. We're just putting the meat on the grill. Y'all know we just putting the meat on the grill. We're dropping through our topics. So for the ladies that's just popping in, what are you gonna conquer this week? Conquer Club, especially. Let's drop it down in the chat. And then today's topic we're gonna lean into. I thought I needed followers, but I tried this instead. So we talked about this idea of making sure that you have a front porch, aka you're available for your people that like you. Your audience may not be huge, but for people that do like you, the people that have shopped with you, the people that have rocked with you before, like, do you even give them opportunity to stay locked in? Or do we just stay mad or focused at the fact that we don't have more? So that was the first thing. And then the second thing is forming our parasocial relationships with our audience. This might be an all eyes on me season. And it may be the very, very, very thing that you've been praying for. I know I keep saying it, but I get it. The leaders, those of us that are called to go out front, do you realize you will have to go out front? The world will have to see you. The world will have to see you take a few things on the chin. The world may have to see you not so perfect and put together because you're called to go out front. She said, Para, who now? Let me go back, friend. Let me go back. So your parasocial relationships, this feels so taboo for me to talk about, but I got to go there, okay? Because I do talk about it in the one-on-ones because I'll be trying to teach, child. I'll be trying to teach. Your parasocial relationship. So your parasocial relationship is a relationship that you form with a character or somebody that you see. So think about us watching The Breakfast Club, right? We get a chance to see Charlamagne, we get a chance to see DJ Envy. we see them so much. We know their personality, we know their marriage, like we know all of the things, but it's truly a one-sided relationship because we see them so much and they're a part of our world. So we do that with big names. We do that with people that you may watch on the live stream. You may do that with your favorite content creator. I know the TikTok, the people that I love watching. Child, I feel like they my friend in my head, right? So that's the parasocial relationship. It is the one-sided relationship that happens when you constantly come in contact um, with someone. And we are all, I don't want to say victims, but I know I got a little content creator where I'll be like, yeah, that's my friend in my head. Like I watch Poor Minds with Drea and Lex and baby who. Like I feel like if I saw them in person, I know them because they're my friends. Okay. I watch podcasts every week. So that's the parasocial relationship. And if you are leaning into media, community, a personal brand, your audience will form that with you. And it is a very vulnerable place to be, but it's also a very powerful place to be if you leverage it with integrity and leverage it, to grow. All right, Sharnice says this week I'm conquering passing my finals. Yes, but releasing more content and working on my mentorship platform. Yes, ma'am. I'm so here for it because I know you've been talking about the mentorship. So that's exciting. Yes, ma'am. Denisha says, hi, Deb. No, she said, hey, Deb. Yes, in the car and can listen. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In the car, honey. I'm so here for it. Sharni says, also, this is like the seventh time of me hearing that it's time to come to the front and I'm going to be obedient. Yes, girl. I don't want to say it's the blessing and the curse because I just think it's just a very bold thing to do. I'll say that. Like you got to be bold, which is why we'll find ourselves, I'll do something. I'll be like, girl, who you think you is? I have to check myself, but I'll be like, me. Like it just requires you got to be big bold. Like I was like, I'm just gonna start doing the show. Like you just got to be bold. You just got to be like, what's up? Like you got to be bold because the truth is, especially when we go back to like the parasocial relationships, people can only match your energy about your business, which is why we've seen time and time again as business owners, when we show up and when we lean in, every time I've talked to thousands of women, every time they say that, every time I lean in, my audience lean in. They've seen it time and time again. Every time I lean out, my audience lean out. If you can create a space in your life to give yourself permission to be bold, but do it in a way that honestly works for you in your reality, you get that fine balance and you become unstoppable. You become unstoppable. But I feel like too many of us either lean into too much pressure of what it should look like, could look like, wished it looked like. There's a pressure there sometimes. Judea says, oh, okay. Yeah, girl. I'm telling you, girl, the people that you watch online, baby, you'll feel like that's your friend, especially if they consistent. Especially that, girl, if you've been doing content like I love Beats by Deb that does the makeup content, you'll be watching somebody YouTube and they'll put out blogs over 5 years and you'll think you know them. You'll be leaving your house, getting on the plane, paying your hard-earned money just to meet them. That's me in my line. For real. Because that's what we do. And this is why I love what we're doing inside the Conquer Club, how we're allowing ourselves to kind of, I don't want to say emotionally attached, but yes, emotionally detached from our business a little bit and just look at it for what it is. What a blessing is it, right? That I can open up my phone and have access to a lot of people. That doesn't have to be a huge scary mountain. Like if I say I want to blow up, then shoot, this got to be the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? She said, yes, baby, because Jackie was my bestie for years and didn't know it. Exactly. Girl, it still is. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is exactly what it is. Us watching that person in that industry, they got their product, they got their service, But because they go out front and show up for you, it creates such a deep relationship on your side, and these people don't even know you exist. Which, if you're a leader and you want to be a coach, you want to be an educator, you want to be a speaker and stuff like me, like, that's a game changer. That's not something to run away and be scared of. If I want to be a coach, a leader, a speaker, and I can get on live and have 500 girls who I've never even met before feel like I'm already their coach and I'm their best friend, like, oh, baby, turn me up. Turn me up. But the reality is, to show up like that, starting from the bottom, starting with just who you are today, hey, it ain't what it look like. I'll tell you that. It ain't what it look like, but it's worth it. But again, we can't be afraid to go there. You have to be extremely bold. You got to be a bold. You truly do. And you got to believe in yourself like you've never, ever, ever believed in yourself before. And you got to do it alone, because ain't nobody going to feel you, because they can't. Helen says, hi, Deb. You look fantastic. Thank you, girl. I sure miss you, Miss Helen. Miss Helen used to work together. You know, when you be working, you have somebody that could be your mama, that be your friend at work. What's up, girl? Oh, what's up, girl? Yeah. So your parasocial relationship, ladies, this ain't no bad thing. You showing up for your audience is not annoying them. It's that very thing that your favorite creator does that make you feel like she's your BFF in your head. Think about how amazing this is. Think about if you were that bold and you had that many people, like, you don't even know these folks. You don't even know them like that. But because you boldly go out front, you do it consistently, people say, oh, yeah, that's where I'm finna go rock right there. Would that change the game for you? Good conversation. Good conversation to have. Hope that's a perspective that somebody needed. For you to say, if I show up this week, I ain't doing too much. If I do a whole bunch of content and people don't understand it, I really ain't doing too much. Because I'm cool with the idea of a whole bunch of people seeing me, because really that's what I want. And being cool with it, giving yourself permission to enjoy it without shame. Some of us would feel ashamed. I would have, child, I had to get over that. I had to get over that. But I've talked to women who have the experience of feeling ashamed of kind of like being chosen, like living out loud, being the one that's like, you going there, like you going for it in life. You the person in life, like you going for it. Like you do a lot. Absolutely. Yes. And I would do more. Please believe it, baby. If you're the person and like when you like with me, like I go for it. Like I go for it. And if you're the type of person like me where you go for it in life, like explore that without the shame of it. Like explore that fully. Like I'm going for it. I'm going to let the people see me. I'm not annoying. Like I'm getting out there. Like you can explore that part of yourself. And this is why I love the Conquer community, because we allow women to explore that part of themselves without shame, without no who do you think you is type of energy. That is not the type of energy we curate in our space at all. The biggest, baddest, boldest version of you that's turned up. I'm talking about, ego slick on 10. You know what I'm saying? Like living out loud what could life look like for you if that's how you decided to turn yourself up without shaming yourself for it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what could the business look like in a year if we turned up on that type of energy when we woke up in the morning and we explored that magical, I'm chosen side of myself without any type of guilt or shame? You wake up like, yeah, Eric, yeah, I'm it. I'm it. Another day in the office. I'm her. Hello. What could it look like? Because that's what I'm on. What could it look like? Helen says, what advice can you give me with my artwork? Oh, girl. I don't know because this question is really open ended. But because there are no details, I say believe in it. Because when you believe in something, you just start moving your feet, which is the most powerful thing that you can do. This idea of, we talked about this on the show a little bit. This idea of I'm gonna always respect somebody who just moved their feet rather than they waited for the conditions to come around and make it perfect. Elena says, hey girl, hey, happy Monday. Love the combo as always. Thank you, girl. I sure appreciate it, girl. When you believe in something, you move different. Your mouth different. The way you talk is different. The way that you interact with the world is so grand and it's so different when you're living on a cloud rooted in something that you believe in. And you get to the place in your life where you can make some money from it. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I can't. Here's the thing. When you find something you love to do and you make a few dollars from it, you can't unsee it. You'll be at work like, God dang. You'll be like, I cannot unsee that. I'm talking about you'll be like, God, this is a life for me. Okay. What would happen if we explored that without shame? I was talking to somebody this morning and we kind of talked about this idea of when you're going to the next season, your next season is going to come with fear. Okay. So, ladies in the Conquer Club, y'all know we say my next season is going to come with some fear. Okay. And my next season is going to come with a couple of no's. Okay. I can brace myself. I'm okay with that. But sometimes I've had to ask myself, like, what do I trust God to carry me through? Like, do I trust God for me to to be at this job, which was my HR career? Fantastic. I have nothing bad to say about my job, any job. I don't care if you're sweet floors, make burgers, or you're an executive. I ain't got nothing bad to say about no job. And I love entrepreneurship to death. But I had to ask myself, is this going to be for me, or do I trust for me to just explore something else? And I just explored it without pressure or shame, which is why I think while you're working at your job, it is a fantastic time to just explore this without the pressure of when that next chapter is coming. Like, explore that as the blessing that it is, for real. Rashana says, baby, be having you ready to quit your job off that first payment. No, I ain't gonna lie. When you start making money from your own talents, from your own mind, you'll be like, baby, you'll be feeling like Dr. Umar. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, baby, we gotta you'll be sitting there talking to your partner like, you be like, see, baby, I gotta run this play. Entrepreneurship is the way. Like that, it unlocks something in you when you start making money from your own mind. When somebody cash up you a few dollars from something you came up with, you be like, wait a minute now. You be on YouTube like starting like you be like, wait a, I cannot unsee that. For real. Judea says when those 4-figure invoices get paid while I'm on the clock, I'll be ready to quit. I feel you, girl. Denisha says, yep. I feel you, girl. I feel you. I feel you. Y'all funny. But I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm so here for it. I'm here for everything. Oh, let me run my banner for tomorrow, child. Because y'all know we are co-working tomorrow night. So we co-work every third Tuesday. We do Conquer Hour, which is our 2 hours of co-working that we do on Zoom. I might have to skim it down to an hour and a half, y'all, because y'all be late to church on third Tuesday, child. Y'all be late to Bible study. But it's all good though. Okay, this week, friend, what are we going to conquer this week and start our business? I want you to think about it. So, first and foremost, I want to thank myself for all this hard work. Listen, baby, listen, going out front, child. You get paid to do your own thing. I mean, but y'all know I'm here for exploring it in a way that truly works for you. I never want to create the narrative in my community that says anything bad about working during the day. Child, please. Okay. Baby, get that insurance. Okay. Now you watch my lives at work. Okay, you bring your AirPods now. You stay on that clock. And then when you get home, I'm finna upload a bunch of stuff on my YouTube. You dive in and you work and you build and you appreciate it and you do it with integrity and you do it with honesty. You know, another thing that we will run into also is when, seasons of your business where you're like, I want to post, but I don't know what to say. Like, that tells me, I'm going to be honest about what it tells me. It tells me when I do that to myself, that tells me that I'm trying to more than likely curate something that's not real. Because I'll say, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I mean, if you were just honest, if you just told the truth about what you got going on, like, what is there to think about to say? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a man that say he like you, but he be like, but I don't really know what to text you. It's like, well, bitch, now if you like me, it'll just naturally pull out now. Don't gaslight me, you narcissist. It's the same for us. This is why I'm also all good for giving us permission to say, this is where I honestly am in my business journey. And say that without any judgment, comparison, shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just what it is. I did DoorDash today because I had no sales in 4 weeks. I mean, you ain't got to tell the public that, but it's okay for you to do that. You be like, well, this week, this is all I can do, but I'm going to keep going. Like, I mean, that's just real life. We talked about this on the show when we first started the show, even about gig work. It's okay. Whatever you need to do to conquer, like, it's all right. Like, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Denisha says this week, okay, what are you going to conquer this week, ladies? Denisha said, working on the steps I need to take to launch my life coaching business to include gaining some clientele and branding. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all know I love a good nurture, honey. A good nurture. Warm that audience up, baby. Like how you be warming your partner up, you can warm your audience up the same way. So I love it. So she said she's working on the steps that she needs to launch her life coaching business. If you're in a season like Denisha, where you are relaunching, jumping back in the game, or maybe reactivating your audience, You can actually split that into a couple of phases. I usually split that into 3 phases, which let me know down in the comments if y'all want me to share my screen. I can actually walk you through an overview of it because I have plenty of time for y'all today. And I have my Google Doc. She says it's official now, Dev. So I got to get to. Oh, you got your certification, girl. Go on, Denisha. Tap the screen, y'all, for Denisha. She said she wants to do a life coaching certification. She did it, so it's time to rock. Let me know if y'all want me to open up a tab and talk about if you need to reactivate your audience. This is going to be specifically for women who want to build communities, lead, and coach. Talk through kind of launching. There's 3 phases: pre-phase, the actual launch, and then post-launch. So, or we can talk about it one-on-one, Denisha, if you want to. So, yes, honey. I'm so proud of you, girl. But yes, y'all know now when we are doing, when we're transitioning in our audience, I love just the honesty of it and saying, this is where I am. So, cheers to you, girl. Okay. We'll be in the Conquer Club tomorrow night doing our co-working. Let's get into the girls. Hold on.
Me, the Conquer Club is a sisterhood. I didn't know a lot of these ladies. I have truly made connections, real friendships, bonds. I've cried with these ladies. It elevated my business so much, just putting a foot on the gas and stomping on necks, like literally. I'm really proud to be a part of this space, and I think this is what entrepreneurs need.
Oh, she says open the tab, girl. I grabbed the tracker last week. Oh, good. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me do it right quick then. She said thank you, of course. Let me do it right quick then. I'm gonna pop your comment on the screen just in case anybody comes in. They'll actually understand what the heck we're doing. Okay, let me share my screen right quick, friend. I need to give me another monitor in my office. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's do audience reactivation slash launching new offer, because this is kind of what I see it as. Okay. So this is what we're doing. We are activating our audience and launching a new offer. So I kind of put that into 3 phases, right? Which is what happens before I drop the offer. How do I drop the offer? Right? And then what happens after. So there are a lot of different ways that you could do this, but if I were to tell you all of them, I will be giving you theory. So I want to talk about the way that I actually do it. If I wanted to offer something to my audience, how I do it, how I've done it in the past. That way I can actually share with you the stuff that I've actually done. Okay. So let's say I wanted to drop a new offer with my audience. The very first thing that I do is test the offer. Okay. I'm not in a season of my business where I sit around, think of a cute idea, think of a bomb idea, put all of the everything into it without testing to see how the audience responds to it. There have been times where I thought something was a really amazing idea, and then my audience was just like crickets. They was like, basically, girl, we don't want that. Okay, we don't know what you over there sitting there manifesting. We don't want that. But so that's something that I truly believe in, is giving yourself space to test the offer. So if you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're someone who leads women or whatever, right? You know that you can have the idea of an offer, or you can actually execute that offer. And that's probably for anybody that offers services. There's just certain things you don't know until you've got a customer in your hands. So that's something that I recommend truly doing, is testing the offer, testing the onboarding. And I don't mean testing it like workflows and stuff. I mean just seeing the response, like, you know what I'm saying? Like really looking at the experience from their lens. Okay. because this also gives you a chance to get proof of concept. This is important for your messaging. Okay. So when we have an offer and we're trying to put our offer out there have been some people that say, well, I don't know how to put it into words. I don't know how to like do my messaging or sell my offer. And I'm like, it's as simple as the people that went through this offer, like, what did they get? That's the messaging. But if we don't test our offers, or we've never had a lot of clients before, sometimes, or we've only gotten clients that were bad fits, we don't really understand how to tell what we do. But giving yourself space to test your offers and see what results people are actually getting gives you so much leverage to be able to sell it to the masses. Okay. So once you test your offer and you give proof of concept, there are a lot of details that you will unlock here. This gives you a lot of clarity. Okay. How do you drop the offer? Y'all know I believe in building interest. Building interest. Take a hard look at the amount of leads you have. Okay. This is where people will often shy away. Okay. Take a hard look at the amount of leads you have. There was one time when I was relaunching Conquer Club, right? And so I was like, man, and if I want to get, 30 people or whatever, I need to have a realistic look of who's interested. So I was like, well, join the wait list. Be the first to know, be the first to register. That gave me a realistic idea of the amount of people who had true interest. Because how many of us know there is a big difference between the people that's going, you can announce, baby, Tyler Perry just found me. You're going to have 600 comments saying congratulations. And then you're going to say, well, we're going to launch a movie. It's going to be amazing. Who would come see it? You're going to have a whole bunch of people. But once you actually have the offer packaged up, invested in, and in your hands, I need you to be able to see the real numbers on that. Not just what you think, not what just felt good when you put the idea of it out there. So taking a hard look at the amount of people who express interest, not just in the comments, but people who will be willing to talk, who will be willing to get pricing, who will be willing to share. And if you don't have that, we will send you back to number one and ask you, do you have access to the people that you want to serve, and have you tested and gotten proof of concept? Okay. Are y'all still with me? And again, this is for the ladies that have a service-based business and you feel like your audience is a little DOA. You want to reactivate them. They like you, but they're not really paying you for no business stuff. And you probably have a new offer. Okay. So what about once you actually have put the offer out there? Let me tell you this. Don't let up. Sell every day. Baby, you could go get 6 million ebooks and courses and strategies and funnels. But if you don't wake up every day saying, I'm going to sell, you will be left behind and you will be thinking of another offer in 6 months, guaranteed. And you'll be having completely different business in a year, guaranteed. Okay. So when we do put this out there, go sell it every day. Go sell it. Go tell people about it. Go get leads for it. Go bring people to you. Go live and talk about it. Go do a workshop. Go stand in front of the gas station. I don't know. Whatever you got to do, go sell it every day. Okay. So those are the type of things. I hope that was helpful to somebody. I know what it's like to be in the season where you really kind of need to drop a new offer, reactivate your audience. But that is kind of the 3 phases that I think about it. And you don't have to do the technical stuff, do the little landing page, do the little emails, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like if you can conquer those things, then you'll give yourself a lot of space to work with. Seriously. So All right, my loves. Happy Monday. We'll be back. Oh no, we will not have a show tomorrow, y'all. I am so sorry. Rashana says very helpful. Thank you, girl. I'm so glad it was helpful. Yep, y'all. I am so sorry. This is my first time I have to break my consistency. We can't have a show tomorrow because I have an appointment that I literally cannot skip and that I've been waiting on for months. Um, so we won't have a show tomorrow, but of course we'll be in Con Club, baby. That's why you gotta be in Con Club. You know what I'm saying? You still get this tomorrow. But we'll be back on the show Wednesday, wherever you scroll. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. But y'all already know the vibes when we wake up tomorrow. Make sure you conquer something and